Hello and welcome back to Alchemy Factory. The last time we added a couple more properties into our factory and extended out our floors, and as part of it we moved this arrangement of catapults and catchers away a little bit, although I didn't need to move them actually I didn't need to move them at all. Oopsie. But I didn't connect everything up properly, so I had to connect that up because it broke everything here again, as per kind of usual. But things are going better because it's been a little while. I did keep an eye on keeping this running up here. The original, or the blast potion we've been working on, it has not yet backed up. Scares me a little, but it's not going to until this entire belt is backed up, so it's going to be a while. But it is sending the things, and I did hook up the second assembly here. This is doing a little double hop over to there, so they meet in the same place. We'll have a pickup box here someplace at some point. But for now, at least, this is still going to be a little bit of a work in progress, or a progress in progress kind of thing. But all the coins came in here. Some of the fertilizer has, because you can see that we have plants and things on belts and things. But I think, well, no, fuel's actually doing okay here. Also, well, okay. It's not doing okay, it's doing. Actually, wait a minute. Nope, I need to tweak this, because this fuel is assuming that it's coming from here, and I do not have that properly here. We need to tweak this here completely. This one should be out here instead. Take this out. Take that out. That is the output belt, so that goes straight into the catapult, the cannon rather. And then this one needs to come in here to go into the rest of this base. So I'm just going to do another cannon here up on support blocks like this. Maybe right in there someplace. That'll take fuel from the belt, which this is feeding, and go into a catcher in this area here, which means that I actually didn't need all this belt here. F. And we can just do a number 7 like that, and we'll catch this fuel in here, and that'll distribute it through this entire factory eventually. This one got its fuel because it is being fed directly from the loop belt, but the rest of this factory is not. So this is sending its fuel, which I need to redo now, or its blast potion over here, and into this cannon, which is sending it out onto the wall. And that's just because we need to have, I wanted to have a consistent source so that we can split it here and go that way if we want to, or whatever. And if I didn't do that, then I would have to have 2 of them, and then one of them would only be good for one direction, while the other one is good for the other direction kind of thing. So I just did it this way. So this eventually, with these 2 combined, will produce 20 blast potion, which I have no idea if that's going to be enough or not, but it's going to be a while before this is sort of ready for prime time. You're doing well, but yeah, I don't know how well this is doing over here. I guess you got your first fuels. They might be coming along. I do see these guys chugging, so they're making gears. But oh, I forgot about that part. Let's take that all out, because these are going to make gears. You're going to get gears and coins in, but until and unless the steel is coming along, we might have a problem there. So I need to disable the cauldrons. I almost forgot. Until this is producing properly, and then we can make things go. We need to get fuel all the way back here, though, in order to get things going as well. And then we'll need to have a catch box so that we can have some for pickup for when we need things to pick up. So I did do 2 or so daily quests since the end of the last episode. I think definitely one of them, but maybe 2 of them were bulk orders, which is kind of nice because it means a decent amount of cash. And then I think now we need to build another floor so we can start taking a look at, it's not in there, but in here. Oopsie. Now I just moved that off my toolbar. Start taking a look at the Venus build. It is made in an advanced shaper. It's going to need a crap ton of stuff brought in every 1200 seconds. So that's 2 potions a second for each of the 5 potions we've made so far, plus 4,000 sulfuric acid every 1200, which is 3 1/3 per second. Yeah, It's kind of weird. 3.33 per second of that. So we'll, no, wait. Yeah. No? Wait a minute, Wally. Wait a minute. Not 2 per minute of the potions. 10 per minute. No, 2 per second, but 10 per minute of each of the potions. Which is, for these, one of these builds. Because this is 10 per minute coming out of this machine. The rest of them will also be 10 per minute, and then we will do, and then we'll figure out what the rest of them are. But we need to build our next floor first. So we'll need to do, of course, a bunch of support pillars. A second support pillar on each of these, and then actually we'll just go ahead and do the third one, because we're going to need to have that anyway for marking where those will be on the next floor. So why not do them now rather than later and forget later? So we'll just do that now. That's a good idea. This one. And then we're going to need to go pick up a bunch more planks. And we're also going to need a bunch of brick, because we'll need to put up all the walls. Yeah, we need a bunch of brick. Let's go get a bunch of brick. I think it'll be... I think I'll just grab all of what's in here in the box. 400. And then we'll grab all the planks, or maybe not all the planks, but I did tweak the plank thing here a bit. I put these back down. I picked them up last time kind of foolishly, but I almost immediately put them back down again and reconnected them, because I do want to have the throughput capability of producing 120 a minute rather than just 60 in 2 saws. So, but I did put down a large box, and I do have them going into the same box. I'm not going to grab all of this, but maybe like half this box would be great. And then that way, they'll both be feeding into it, which means they'll both be running. And if this one needs to provide these, then it does, and it'll be fine. I guess a priority output there would be better, but it'll be fine. Okay, so back up here and all the walls. We need to put double walls up, of course, with the... that's backwards, of course. Let's do... No, not that way. That way? Yeah, they're going to be weird. A little bit weird. All right, we're not going to do the uppers right now. We're going to do all the lowers first. You're going to be weird too. Yeah, there you go. Whenever I have the half-size floors, or quarter-size floors, I guess, I have that problem. I forgot the pillars take the place of the 2 wall blocks, so they wouldn't have actually interfered with our loop belt. Oh well. C'est la vie. Yeah, we're gonna need more bricks even, so... Guess I could have skipped every... or done every third or something like that. That's all we really needed. Why? We went green. Here we go. It's just being finicky for some reason in some of these places. That one did it too. And we're out of bricks now. So I might need to actually wait a bit and get more bricks going. Yeah, because that was 48. And yeah, it's not going to be enough. Yeah. Our happiness is at 98 right now, and I think that's just because of the lack of the last potion here. Or maybe it's because of these being not being here and whatnot. I'm not sure, but 98's good enough for me. On average, anyway. So I think maybe I should do not every wall. Maybe I should just do every so often walls. Like skip 2, put in 1, skip 1, 2, like that. That would help matters, I guess. I'll take that one out too. That one's not the way that I want. That would help matters in terms of the cost. The items here, which I did run into before. I guess I need to have more bricks stored up, but yeah, I definitely do. Oopsie. look on it. And I need to remove some more again. I'm holding down shift to run, and then the shift is modifying the selection thing to be the area select. Which is confusing. Well, not confusing, but it's disrupting me every so often here. That's not right, is it? No, it's not the same. Cancel those. 1, 2, this one. 1, 2, this one. 1, 2, that one. 1, 2, and then 1 here, because it's not a multiple of 3 plus 1 deep. Yeah, a multiple of 3 plus 1. I just need 1 there. That should be good. And then we can do the floor, which may or may not have enough. I should have enough planks for that, right? And the staircase and things too. Yeah, plenty of room with that super high stack of enough support there. Am I missing a... No, I just need to connect this part here first. Here, and then I can do that one. Yeah. Okay. Like how it's enough support as long as it's touching the corner. Kind of makes me... It kind of amuses me a bit. Also, I want to check these guys' progress again. Can't go there yet. Gotta go on the edge first. Over here. How are you doing? Are we getting any steel yet? No. Fuel is still kind of sparse. Yeah, you're already double filling the salt. That's not good. Break the salt belt, then. And I'm going to take this and that out. A red box stashed in here someplace? No. Get one over here. I'll have to make it. You can go there and... oh, yeast. I'm sorry. Yeast, not salt. Put that in there, and that'll take care of that. And then up here, we're going to get gears full pretty soon. So I think... Oh, we already are. I think I will break the gear belt here then, too. And do the same for it in this slot. Let's see, you can have that many and that many. Did we get any waste out from those extra gears? Appears to be not. What was that going to make? Oh, planks? Yeah, we definitely don't want that happening. Interesting. Oh, because it doesn't have one output. Right, duh. Because I took the belts out. So we need a lot more fuel in here before this will work. We're getting it in here, but it's just probably not making it down this far, or it's broken again. You're getting fuel. Oh, you're getting fuel down here. So it's just a matter of we're just not getting a lot in here yet. And that's because it needs to buffer in on the loop belt a lot. And we're using it a lot in here now. We keep this stuff going. Actually, we're not, because we're not getting a lot of it. But, gosh, I'm not sure. We're definitely using a lot to make what we're making. I don't know. Hopefully we're net positive on this. I didn't really look at that. But I imagine we are capable of being net positive here. Because there is some coming along the belt. So we must be capable of being net positive. But it's just going to take this system a long time to buffer in and get things going. Alright, so let's keep going with this. We still have quite a bit more to do, and we need to have it done so we can start working on those other potions rebuilds for the Venus. I guess we could tell if it was net positive by looking at the calculator, which it didn't actually. I didn't actually look at calculator website, because it does show you how much fuel you need in order to accomplish what you're trying to accomplish. So maybe if I pulled that up, it would tell me. Let me see here. Last potion, and it's the build using the. No, it's not. How did I not save that build? Also, day has ended again. Alright, so give me just a minute and I'll be right back with that calculator. I don't know why I didn't save my build. And welcome back. It should be accurate now, give or take the which kind of grinders and which kind of crucibles we're using. But it's telling me that it's using 2.49 per minute out of the 10 per minute it makes. So it's a 25% loss. Actually, with the crucibles, it isn't going to be correct. Then that's going to use a little bit more. These ones are also, oopsie, these ones are also stackables. So it's going to be a little bit more expensive than that even. The grinders won't make a difference in terms of the ongoing costs. These are using the stackables as well. Yeah, oof. That's an expensive build. This one needs that. Stop refreshing like that, please. And this one needs that. 5 different sets of stackable crucibles in here. Oh, right. Yeah, there are. I think. Wait. Yeah? No? No? Yeah? Oh, yeah, because it's doing 2 separate things for steel. Right. So that's 2.74 out of 10 being used, which is a lot. It's also using 2 per minute of the fertilizer, which means that also using a lot. This is not great. But the paradox cauldrons, I think, would use more. So it's even less great in that respect. Or that would be even less great. So, because I think the paradox cauldrons themselves would have needed something like 2.5. Plus everything else that's being done that would need to be done here, like these and things. Yeah, I think so. Well, this is coming in. It's backing up a little. So that's fine. It just might take it a bit of time. Yeah, you're running now. You're running now. You're not yet, so they're not actually doing any good without those running. I could feed in a bunch more black powder. If black powder's backed up, again, maybe I should do that just to kind of jumpstart things again. Not backed up, but we're going to do it anyway. Fine. That's probably the least offensive thing that I could do here. Is feed in a bit of starter fuel. If I can find a good spot for it. Looks like right there is a good spot for it. Feed that in, and then at least get this thing going. And then hopefully it'll be able to help sustain itself with its friend over here running. I don't know how much fuel the this fertility, no, whatever it's called, thing is using, fertile catalyst. Yeah, fertile catalyst is using, but, oh, I did goop that, by the way, because I didn't want 2 stacks. But it's also not running well because this is not getting a great amount of fuel right now. And the reason that's still getting black powder is because we still have black powder going in. I have black powder and fertile catalyst, or and blast potion going into this cannon, so that's why it's getting both. Okay, so back to what we were doing, which was putting the ceiling up here, the next floor up here. Although I do need to be cognizant of where I'm at right here, because we need to have a staircase right here. Let's do that. No. This might not be right, but it'll be enough. It'll be right enough. Just stand up on top of these. Get me closer to it. I could also just do it upstairs. Put the staircase in and do it up there. Let's see. You. Oh, nope. Can't go there yet. So yeah, these builds are kind of disturbing in that they use so much fuel to make so much stuff. And then when we do the blast potions for the Venus, we're also going to need... You are this one and the one in front of it. Yes, this one and that one. So this one is fine. And then these will need to be the small ones like this. Actually, this one can be a big one. Now that I think about it. That. I think I rotated. Some of those got rotated. I don't really care. And then we can just do... Actually, I could just do this. And F that. And position this right here. That. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, so we have a new floor here. So I think we can start with the easier ones. Although we're just going to copy that blast potion build, so that could kind of go anywhere. I guess I also needed to leave open the floor space here. So that I can have access to the store down below. That would have been smart. So let's do that also. Our ledge of alleged little ones here, 4 cannons. And then we can put fencing up or whatever up later. That'll be fine. Alright, so, other than copying that build, which I think I might just put this over here, what else do we need to do? And also then we'll actually need to have another blast potion build up here to fuel that blast potion build, because we need to use all that blast potion that's being made here to go into making the Venus. So we need to make 10 per minute of all 5 of the potions, the 4 other potions. This will be 1 assembler for that one. It'll be a little bit more than 1 assembler, 1 blender for this one. It'll be 1 assembler for this one. And it'll be 1/2. I think. I mean, it'll be 1 blender, an advanced blender, but 1 blender worth of that potion, which is half of this build, I think. So we have 3 here, 1/3 of this build. So I'll redo that build then for that smaller size. As we're doing this. So let's start with the easy ones, because why not? I'm going to build them out here in the middle of the floor, and then we'll push them into the edge once we have an idea of what we're doing. The first one was an assembler, so this one's easy to do, right? Assembler? Yes, assembler. This one's easy to do. Oh, and I forgot I needed to put my catcher back on toolbar. So assembler, you'll need to make healing potion. Healing potion's going to need 60 flax fiber and 60 sage powder each per minute. If I remember correctly, those are made in grinders at the case of 3 seconds each. So we need to have 3 grinders of each. We kind of just did this in shenanigans, actually. 3 regular grinders or 1.5 big ones. I'm just going to do this. And I did kind of just do this build, didn't I, in shenanigans on Sunday. This and that, basically. And then we can have 1 farm of each because our belt speed right now is limiting us on the farms to what we have. You know what? Actually, let me go back downstairs once more here. Take a copy of this with the extra one on it. Or not take, but T this. I got a couple extra portals. Sigil. No, I didn't either. And we'll put that down here. And that way I'll have this. And I can just get sage seed and a flax seed. Go. And then I can do a couple of farms here. I could make this more compact, I suppose, by stacking these farms or some other kind of shenanigans. But honestly, where the heck's the farms at? There. But honestly, this is such a small build that I'm not that bothered by it. We'll just do this and that. Put this belt like this, and this belt like that. And that'll basically be it. It'll get fertilizer in. It'll make these 2 things at 60 per minute from the 2 herbs. Let's see, it doesn't matter. 1 and 1. At 60 per minute, it'll get its fertilizer in, and out will come healing potions. So yeah, that's basically it. That was easy. Yeah, I could stack those and then stack the grinders on adjacent to them and lift it down. It's not going to really make it much smaller, though. So this one, we need to have 2 blenders. We'll only be making 1 1/3 worth, but we need 2 blenders, which is kind of unfortunate. Blender. Blender. Here. 1 1/3 of these, yellow. They'll need to have 40 total quicklime powder, which is actually kind of a good number, because that is, I believe, 6 crucibles making quicklime. We can double check that. 9 seconds. So 6 of them would produce 40 a minute. Yep. Because 9 of them would be 60, so 6 of them would be 40. And then we also need to have 80 of this every 8 seconds. Now the math is backwards. Hold on a second. Let me make sure I did this right. Let's do it this way. We need 600 a minute plus 1/3, which is 200, so that's 800 a minute. And this produces 100 a minute. Yes. So we need 8 extractors making fruit wine, which means we'll need 2 farms making berries. Because they are... well, these actually need grinders too. And I need 6 of them. Because they only can produce... Our belt speed limits that. I could upgrade that, but I'm not going to do it. So 2 of these. Fuel will come in from whatever we do for fuel on this floor. Blast potions, I guess. And fertilizer for the farms will be a build of... I guess we could do the... those things? Oof. It scares me a bit. Okay, so 8 extractors here. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of iron. 6 it is. Drop. We ended another day. Yeah, we did. A random. We can do that. Let's do that while we're down here. Iron. Stack. Yeast, pocket watches, and bronze rivets. Pocket watches are over here. Do I still have? I do still have some of these. You, go in there. You. And you. Pocket watches, 10 of them. There we go. Bronze rivets. Let's just grab a stack because I use those. And then 45 yeast powder, which is this one. Two and a 3 should give me 45 left. Here we are. There you go. Did I get what I needed? I think so. How am I doing on glass, though? Yeah, I'm sorry. It should be alright. At least for now. Probably need it in 5 minutes, but hey, what are you going to do? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 extractors. We'll have to have 2 farms feeding those. Maybe I do that differently then. This goes into both of those. This is 40 total. That can be a single belt coming out of these. You guys will need to have 20 stone going into each set, which I think means 1 grinder each. Let's see. 3 seconds each. Yes, so 20 means 1 grinder each. We could, I suppose, stack that somehow. I'm not sure there's a benefit to doing so, but we could do so. Yeah, I'm probably not going to do it because these builds are so small that I don't think it's worth it to do a whole lot of shenanigans with. But I do think that we probably are going to want to maybe do something like this with having 2 farms like that. And then having those go into there. What we could do, bring these down here closer. Maybe push these a little bit differently. No, that should be fine. Ish. I need 2 red currant seeds. Because those pipes can go in there. Yeah, I think I will actually push these just a little bit more. Let's just go, though, like 1 more tile. Yeah, like that. So then... No, because that won't work. Yeah, that won't work. Let's bring these back. Right up with that, and I'm just going to add a space right here. Like that. So we'll do this and that. I'm out of nails. Of course I am. Should probably grab some planks too while I'm down here. And then stone. Gears. That'll do. There's more that I should have. That, and then this belt can be a single belt going this way, and then we'll just lift it down like this here, and that'll go into these guys. And then these can be basically shared pipes or whatever. Doesn't matter with pipes. Pipes are pipes. They connect, they connect. They don't, they don't. I think I can tee this and go down, yeah. Do I want them to connect? Yeah, why not? Let's make them connect here. Just in case. For reasons that are not really relevant, probably. This belt will go like that. And like this. And then fertilizer comes in. Money comes in here. We do a fuel thingy. there from either side. I don't know which. We do this thingy here. You guys lift up like this and like that, and you get split even 3 ways. That. And that'll be yellow potions. So then the next potion is blue. Those are made at an assembler again. Let's just keep going this way and then we'll deal with it. Assembler. I have them in my toolbar. I think I'm just going to do it that way. You'll make blue potion. Excuse me. Thank you. Here. We need to have one of these. So we need to have 20 coke powder. Our current coke powder build, which is this one here, makes 30 per row. You use 10. You use 10. You produce 20. Wait, that is coke powder, right? That's what we want? Yes. How am I doing that down here, then? Oh, I'm belting it in from the fuel belt. From this coke build down here. I still have these only single grouped. From this coke build down here. Aha. Okay. I was like, wait a minute. I'm confused. Excuse me? Thank you. So, yeah, we could probably improve that just slightly. Just slightly. All right, so you need coke, which is easy. 2 big grinders. 2 crucibles. Or 4 small grinders. 2 crucibles of either kind. And, 1 stone grinder for the coal. We could just use the regular crucibles then, I guess. Maybe like this. I think I'll just do the small grinders. Although it doesn't make life super easy. I think I'll just do 4 of them like this. Oopsie. I did the right click before I left clicked thing again. 4 of those. This, and that is half of that build. 20 of that. 10 gloom spores is going to be mushrooms. Now, I wonder if we can make mushrooms in cauldron? Or gloom spores in a cauldron? And would it be worth it to not have to deal with the extra planks? And maybe it's not. We can make gloom spores. We cannot make mushrooms. The gloom spores would need... Let's see what we could get easily here. Coke powder, steel gears, and salt. Healing potion in there, but that's instead of the coke powder. Jupiter. No. Let's see. A lot of steel gears are the cheapest options. I don't really want to do a whole steel build. So we could potentially do, like, I could exclude the steel gears and see, oops, not that way. The wrong thing. I'm not showing it to you. I suppose I should show it to you. I could exclude the steel gears. And then I get steel ingots. So that's not better. Not that steel's complicated to build, but I don't know that I want to have that here. Copper's even more of a no than steel is. Also don't really want to make bandages. Those aren't that bad, but I think I'm going to just make these the old-fashioned way. And I think what we'll do actually then is we will just use the planks to make charcoal, because that's kind of cheap and easy to do, and priority feed that in to fuel this portion of this build. That is the first 3 potions, and then we'll supplement it with blast potion or whatever other fuel that we get a hold of, that we use here, because we could even make more coke and use that for fuel here. But I think we'll just do the gloom spores the old-fashioned way. Okay, so back at that, those are made in an assembler again, so we can do. Actually, we could just plug that directly in. If it's 10 a minute, it's 15, so that's good. So we need 10 yeast powder and 20 mushrooms. 20 mushrooms. I think I'm just going to go down and look at the current build for mushrooms and stuffs and see what that takes, or what that produces, I mean. So we're going to need to have 4 saws make 20 per minute. Not my favorite, but okay. It's 20 per minute, right? Because it's 2/3 of this. Yeah, 20. So 4 saws making that, which means we're going to get 4 times 24 planks. That's a lot, actually a lot of fuel. I may end up having to dispose of it some other way, but we'll see about that. And then the yeast powder is going to need, let's see, 10 per minute. So that's one of these blenders making that. Blender. Because that's going to be 15. So 10 of that, which means 20 soap powder. And 400 fruit wine, which is 4 extractors worth of fruit wine. It might be worthwhile, because 4 extractors, this is 8. Each one of these farms can support 6. That would be the other 4. It might be worthwhile to put that build next to this build and just have that fruit wine on a separate pipe, but connecting and coming into this build here. And then the 20 soap powder per minute. I don't really need to build my whole huge build for that, because it's only 1/3 of that. But we also need some amount for the growth potion. And I think... Wait, does that take soap? No? No, that's not what I invented this build for. It was for copper that I invented that build for. No, this isn't using soap at all. So, yeah. Oh, that's where the planks can go. Okay, good. The planks can go into there in a priority from the mushrooms. Got it. All right, that's good. The growth potion going the other direction. Because they're going to all be being used at the same rate. So, as long as we do priorities on everything, we'll be fine. So this one's going to be actually... This one and the next one are going to be the more complicated ones. Just for that reason. So, soap. Let's go back to the drawing board here on... No, wait, yeast. Oh, yeast is soap. Right, Wally. Right, Wally, you're an idiot. So, we need 20 soap per minute. That is, 2 grinders. 2 basic grinders worth. Which is 1 big grinder. Let's see. Soap powder. Yeah, 1 grinder makes 10 per minute, so 20 per minute would be 2 of those, which means we need 1 blender. Yeah, let's actually not put up, but just go look at where I have a single one of those, like right here. We need 1/3 of this. So I'd still need to have 2 flax farms. 1 sage farm, 1 row of crucibles making plant ash instead of 3. 1 blender, 1 big grinder or 2 small ones for the soap into powder. So we could probably just take this build and strip a bunch of it off. Like, strip the stacks down. We could... Let's see, you're blender, so you don't need heat pass-through. So we could go to regular crucibles. And then just build the rest of it elsewhere. Yeah, why don't I start with that then? So let me grab... let me see what I need for this then. Start with that and strip it down. That is. I need just the seeds. All right, then we're just going to build it. Let's just put it down over here someplace. That'll serve. And then we'll take out the top 2 of these. So you and up, you and up, you and up. Yes. Also, then we need to take out this and up. And then some of the... Oopsie. I did the wrong button. Nope. Wrong button again. There we go. That, and we'll figure out the pipe when we're ready for it. This and that can go away. This will be much, much simplified. This, we only need to have one of these, though. So all of this goes away. There's 1/3. One blender. One big grinder or 2 small grinders. And the rest of this goes away. Fuel still comes in. This stuff still comes out. Take. That's okay. That lift is okay. But let's take out this and up. F. Let's take out this. And up. But not the pipe yet. I'm going to take the pipe out separately. That, we could, like I said, switch these. Actually, we should switch these back to regular crucibles. Because we don't need the big ones, so why should we use the big ones? They just burn more fuel without any benefit. That comes out, so I may be able to tweak these here a bit. Those 3 go directly into the blender, right? Yes. So that'll go into here like that, maybe. I think I will use the big grinder still. We'll put it there. Put this on top of it. It'll lower down into there. This belt here can do this and then lift up into there and into there. And then this pipe, which is why I was waiting for the pipe. This pipe here can come out from here and go into there. Not like that though, please. Thank you. Try that again. No, I want you... Oh, okay, there we are. No. Maybe I did want it like that. Yeah, I guess I did want it like that. I'm sorry. You were right. I was wrong. Like that. And then this pipe here could be deleted. F. And then this pipe here can be G. No? Can I do that with B? I thought you could G delete... Yeah, there it is. Okay. I just couldn't do the one that was connected to. Yeah, whatever. F that. Okay. Can I simplify this a bit? I could. I can move this part over by 1. And I can take out this entire row here. Oops, wrong button again. This can come over then. We don't need that much through. Space there. I suppose that could still be simpler somehow, but I'm okay with that. Now these guys can come out. Don't need them. What would I like to do with that? Something with that. And then you go into this, along with your red vine syrup. I guess I need to have this lift down here, though, which means that it makes this a little bit bigger. Making me want to just use the small grinders, although I'm not sure that that's going to be better. I would need to build this so that I can have a lift here. I guess that's what I get for using these. This can come out. This can be much simplified. However, I bring that in, I bring that in. This one's still a little more complicated, but I think what I should do with this is take this out. Take this over here. And then I can probably simplify this a bit here, too. I think that'll be better. I feel like I would love to have that be even more simplified. Oh, I know what I could do. I could swing this around to the other side over here. Almost. Maybe I should put it on this side. Those can be brought into the blender. I really want to probably do away with that grinder. You're elevated into the blender here. I do kind of need this. Yeah, I do kind of still need that. Or I do definitely still need that. Let's see. These are lined up. The farms are lined up. I would smush these together, but the farms are lined up here. So I think if I built... Yeah, let's do this. Let's do this guy here. Maybe. And put the blender here. That makes that pipe longer, but that's okay. That out. Those would come into here. Like this. Line the farms up properly. Those would go into there. I gotta take this out. That pipe would then have to come over here somehow, which I think it'll run there, but maybe it won't. Something worth testing. Yeah, it'll run there. And then I just do another one of these. And these, take this out. And put the grinders in here. That's kind of extraneous, but I don't think I can position anything else with the extractors like that, unless I put the extractors differently. Which I suppose I could do. But I think this is better anyway. Something like that. Yeah, this extractor should be different than that. I could bring... Need 4 of them. I think I should just elevate... More of them. Let me take out this part here. Put it over there. If I do... Oh, I did too much. Much too much. There you go. If I bring these over and up to this level, and I bring these ones down a level, they'll come out onto a belt here. 1, 2... Yeah, let's do this. One of these here. One of these here. I'll need to do a belt there. Then I'll need to do a regular 9 here, like that. And then I'll need to do a 9 like this. You'll come down like this. And then you guys will come out from there, which I didn't do right. You gotta be short, tall, short. There. And then here, 2, 3. Only 3. This isn't. Extractors here. And then pipes, we could just run this over to there someplace. And then from there over here, and then from there down into there. That's at least a little bit more compact, and it's only what we need as opposed to more than what we need. If I could get this closer, I would love it, but I can't. I don't think. Actually, I can. If I put this third one here, and I take this one out, and then I put these... Nope, not there. Put these here, then I can have this belt coming out like this. Like that, like this. And then that goes wherever we need it to go for this stuff here. That would work. Right, that's the soap powder in. Yes. 20 of that. Yes. I'm going to change this pipe then to go this way. Nope. Do that again. Go that way. What the hell? Oh, I see what the problem is. T. Oh, maybe not. Okay, there it goes. Like that. And that is a nice compact build. I like it. So we need a couple of seeds for that. I also just noticed the time. You need to have, let's see, flax times 2. And sage times 1. Let's see who's first. Flax, boom, boom, sage. So something like that. It'll take in some fuel. Oops, I did the wrong thing again. Oops, I did the wrong thing again. Take in some fuel here. Like that. Take in some fertilizer here, like that. And then feed into there. So we'll finish this one. We'll also take a look at that growth potion build next time. See what we can do to shrink that to a 1/3 size. And we can also hope that these might start catching up. How's it going over here? You got some of that black powder in. Something ain't right. Or are these just backed up? With yeast. There we go. Okay. That one. That one's good. What about over here? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Not 3. There we go. I can hook the gears back up now. And I can hook the yeast back up now. That gear was still in motion. That's why it went into that extra slot. We'll let the steel fill up, and then we can fire this thing up, and it'll help keep its partner going and also boost its self-production, And while we continue to work on the Venus build. So for now, though, because we also need to do the sulfuric acid for the Venus. But for now, though, we will leave this here, and we will hope that we have a working solution for these things, and we can continue or duplicate that up here times probably 2 more, one over there and one over here for the Venus, one over there for fueling this floor, and we'll see where we get to with all of that. But for now, we'll leave this here. So thank you all for joining me, and I will see you then. Bye for now.